Today we shall discuss about analysis of time series. So time series data often arise when monitoring industrial processes or tracking corporate business metrics, and time series analysis accounts for the fact that data points taken over time may have an internal structure such as autocorrelation, trend, or seasonal variation that should be accounted for. And in the broad forum, an analysis is conducted to obtain inference what has occurred in the past with the data point series and endeavor to uh, predict what is going to appear in the coming time. And an ordered set of observations with respect to time period is a time series, and in simple words, a sequential organization of data accordingly according to their time of occurrence is termed as time series. So time series means it is an ordered set of observations with respect to time periods is called as time series, and in simple words it refers to, so it is a sequential organization of data according to their time of occurrence is known as a time series. For example, how do people get to know that the price of an object has increased or decreased over time? And they do so by comparing uh, the price of an object over a set of the time period. Now, time series data is a collection of observations obtained through repeated measurements over time, and plot the points on a graph, and one of your uh, our axis would always be time. So and a time series is a set of measurements that occur at regular time intervals. For this type of analysis, we can think of time as independent variable, and the goal is to the model changes in a characteristic or treated as dependent variable. So therefore time series analysis is a statistical technique. It is a statistical technique which deals with the time series data or the trend analysis. So time series data or the collection of ordered observations recorded, collection of ordered, and it is the process of collection of ordered observations recorded at a specific time, for instance hours, months, or years. So therefore it is an arrangement of statistical data. It is an arrangement of statistical data in accordance with the time of occurrence or in a chronological order is called a time series. So time series means once again I repeat, it is an arrangement of statistical data in accordance with time of occurrence or in a chronological order is called as time series. And the numerical data which we get at different points of time, the set of observations is known as time series. And we can know that the dynamic pace of movements of a phenomenon like production, sales, etc., over a period of time from time series. So the techniques of index numbers and time series in statistics which deal with the changes over time, and they are dynamic in nature. So statistics field has developed techniques for analyzing not only static conditions but also dynamic conditions. And an economy is dynamic, not static. Its dynamic is tied to the time factor. The idea of chronological movement is basic in economic analysis, and in time series analysis, current data in a series may be compared with the past data in the series in the same series. We may also compare the development of two or more series over time, and these comparisons may afford important guidelines for the individual firm. And in economics, statistics, and commerce, time series plays an important role for taking various decisions, and also for framing the various the policies with a view to the developmental the activities, and also for the development of the business organization, and also to take the various decisions with regard to production, sales, advertisement, and etc. And for example, if we observe agricultural production, sales, national income, etc., over a period of time, say over the last 3 or 5 years, the set of observations is called the time series. Thus, a time series is a set of quantitative readings of some variables recorded at equal intervals of time. So, therefore, interval may be an hour, a day, a week, a month, or a calendar year. Hourly temperature reading, daily sales in a shop, weekly sales in a market, monthly production in an industry, yearly agricultural production, population growth in 10 years. These are examples for the time series. And from the comparison of the past data with the current data, we may seek to establish what development may be expected in future, and what developmental activities we can make, and we can predict for future, and what the developmental the actions will be taken for future. And the analysis of time series is done mainly for the purpose of forecasts and for evaluating the past performances. So the time series can also be used for evaluating the past performances. uh, so besides making predictions for the future, and taking the various decisions for the developmental the activities of the business organization, and the chronological the variations will be object of our study in time series analysis. So therefore, time series analysis is a statistical the technique which is used for dealing in time series the data or the trend analysis. Therefore, it is a process of collecting the observed the data through repeated the measurements over time. So, time series data are a collection of ordered observations, collection of ordered observations recorded at a specific time. For instance, hours, months, years is called as the time series. So therefore, time series, it is the process of collecting the ordered the informations or data for a business organizations uh, at a specific time, uh, for instance hours, months, or years. And the examples, we might measure some of the things, or uh, the concepts. They are hourly consumption of the energy, and daily sales, quarterly the profits, annual changes in a country's the population. So therefore these are a few measures in which we can make, and we can utilize the time series for collecting such orderly the arrangement of the data. And here the examples of the time series data are: so gross domestic product, GDP, consumer price index, CPI, and S&P 500 index, and unemployment the rates. These are the various the example topics which are used in the field of economics. And the example, the data set, or US GDP from the Federal Reserve economic data. And birth rates, population, migration data, political indicators. These are uh, the topics which are used in social sciences. And the example for the data set, or the population without citizenship from Eurostat. And disease rates, mortality rates, mosquito, the populations. These are the various the topics which are used in epidemiology field. And the example for the data set, or US incidence rates from the Center for Disease Control. And blood pressure tracking, weight tracking, cholesterol, the measurements, heart rate monitoring. These are the various the topics which are used in the medicine. And the various the data set which are used in time series, or MRI scanning, and the behavioral test data set, etc. And global temperatures, monthly sunspot observations, pollution levels. These are the various topics which are used in the field of physical sciences. And global air pollution from the our world in data. So this is what the data set which is used in the field of physical sciences. So therefore these are the various the examples for time series data. Now definition. So according to Morris Hamburg, a time series is a set of observations arranged in chronological order is called as time series. So it means that a time series is a set of observed set of observations arranged in chronological order. And according to Croxton and Cowden, time series refers to time series consists of data arranged chronologically. A time series. consists of consists of time series consists of data arranged, the arrangement of the data in a chronological is is called as the time series. And uh, and according to WZ Irch, he says that the main objective in analyzing time series is to understand, interpret, and evaluate change in economic phenomena in the hope of more correctly anticipating the course of future events is called as time series. Means according to him, time series means the main objective of time series is to analyzing the time series is to understand. The objective in analyzing time series is to understand, interpret, and evaluate change in economic phenomena. Understanding, interpreting, and evaluating whatever the changes which are occurred in economic phenomena, and in the hope of more correctly anticipating the course of future events is called as the time series. And the variations to time series, so the four variations to time series are seasonal variations, trend variations, cyclical variations, and random the variations. So these are the four important variations occurred in a time series. Now, uses of time series. So the uses of time series are, so time series analysis is useful in every sphere. It is very important in economic, business, state administration and planning, science, astronomy, sociology, biology, research work, statistics, statistical departments, survey department, and etc. Because of the various the reasons and the various the uses of the time series. So time series is used to predict future values based on previously observed values. And time series analysis is used to identify the fluctuation in economics and business, and it helps in the evaluation of current achievements. And time series is used in pattern recognition, signal processing, weather forecasting, and earthquake prediction. So this is what time series is very much essential, and it plays an important role uh, in all the in several in several departments, and even time series is to be adopted and used by the state administration and planning, and all the departments like science, astronomy, sociology, biology, research work, and research the department. So these are some of the important area in which time series can be used or adopted. So because of its the various the advantages, so it is used to predict future value based on previously observed the values. And time series analysis is used to identify fluctuation in economics and business. This is what to identify or to recognize what the fluctuations occurred in economics and business. And time series it helps to evaluate the current achievements. And it is to be used in pattern recognition, signal processing, weather forecasting, and earthquake predictions. And it can also be used uh, uh, as uh, a, a big tool in the hands of executives to make plan to their sales prices, policies, and production. So this is an important thing, or it acts as an important a pivotal, it plays an important the role in the corporate sector also. So the businessmen are using time series as statistical device, or a tool for predicting the future consequences, and it acts as a big tool in the hands of business activities to make their plan with regard to sales prices, policies, and productions, and understand the past behavior of the data, and the comparisons between data of one period with that of another period is possible, and we can evaluate the progress in the field of economic business activity. For example, with the changes in price level, we can know the change in the purchasing power of money. This is another the field important area in which time series is to be used, and it helps in understanding past behavior, and it will help in estimating future behavior, and it helps in planning and forecasting, and it is very essential in business and economics. With the help of time series, we can prepare plans for future, and short range and long range uh, estimates are also possible, and seasonal cyclical secular trend of data is useful not only to economists but also to businessmen, and time series analysis can foretell accurately the course of future events. So therefore these are the important the uses of the time series, and so we use time series analysis and forecasting for many applications where pertinent time series data can be collected, such as budget analysis, financial market analysis, census analysis, inventory management, economic forecasting, marketing and sales forecasting, yield projections, seismological predictions, workload projections, military planning. So these are the various the area in which time series analysis and forecasting can be made, and pertinent time series data can be collected. It and here a table below shows the particular field to analyze using time series data, and what possible instance could be investigated through it. So here already I told that gross domestic product GDP and consumer price index CPI and unemployment rates, these are the various topics in which these are used in the field of economics, and birth rates, population, migration data, and political indicators are used in the field of social sciences, and disease rates, mortality rates, mosquito populations, these are used in the field of epidemiology, blood pressure tracking, weight tracking, cholesterol measurements, heart rate monitoring. These are the various the field or the topics, the various topics which are used in the field of the medicine. And global temperatures, monthly sunset observations, pollution the level. These are the various the topics which are used in the field of physical sciences. So therefore this table shows the particular field to analyze by using time series data, and what possible instance that could be investigated through the time series. So therefore time series is very much essential, uh, and the important the tool, and it acts as the statistical the tool for investigating and collecting informations and for predicting the future consequences. And uh, uh, and uh, it plays an important the role, and the user and the users of the time series are and many, and all and the various the department like sociology, biology, research work, astronomy, science, and state administration and planning department. So and businessmen, the corporate sector, the corporators and economics. These are the various field in which we can see the time series because of its the various the users. So therefore time series analysis is useful in every sphere.